Raheem Mostert of the Dolphins in response to the news that the Dolphins would explore the possibility of trading for Jonathan Taylor. Mostert said, "I'm not worried about another man coming in. I'm worried about perfecting my craft." He said that Mike McDaniel gave him a heads up last year when a running back was brought in. They traded for Jeff Wilson during the season. If it gets close, I'm assuming they would come to me and tell me. Well, hopefully Mostert will tell the world if it happens. But I still, like the Dolphins, I think would only make the move if they can get Jonathan Taylor for a bargain basement cost,
Agreed.
both as to draft pick and contract.
Agreed. You know, they got some contract issues coming down the pipe themselves here. You know, that's one of the issues when you have an awesome roster like we talked about before and saying they have the best roster in the AFC East, one of the best in football. So, yeah, I mean, you know, back to the point. Are you going to really trade important assets and give, you know, money to a guy when you got, I mean, you're going to get Tua, Jalen Waddle, Jalen Phillips. I mean, other corners. They got people. Christian Wilkins is still hadn't got figured out. I mean, they got people coming out of their ears as far as they got to pay here coming up in the next few years. So, yeah, I don't see it either unless it's just an unbelievable bargain to be had. That's why they were interested in Dalvin Cook. He was free, and they were hoping they could get him for such a low number that it would make sense. But I don't see this playing out quite that way.
I remember a time 6, 7, 8 years ago at the league meetings interviewing Jerry Jones, and there was a question about some player who was available, and I tried to frame it in a way like, can you at least tell me you're not interested? And, you know, he wouldn't even go there because the tampering rules. Well, that didn't stop him. It didn't stop him yesterday. He was asked about Jonathan Taylor. He said, I look at every opportunity. But the way our young backs are playing, I'm very comfortable with where we are with our backs right now. I feel good about our running back position if we didn't add anybody. And look, that tells me they don't have interest. They just got burned by the Ezekiel Elliott contract.
Exactly.
The last thing they're going to do is give some massive contract to a guy who has never played for them before.
That's right.
They're not going to do that.
No.
They're just not going to do that.
No, and they're paying a running back $10 million on the roster already. Does that sound like a Dallas Cowboy thing to do? And just like we just talked about with the Miami Dolphins, they got contracts coming down the pipe here that they're scared about. Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, Micah Parsons.
Micah.
Yeah. Holy crap, they're going to have to pay some people here. They just paid Zach Martin. Like, I don't believe him in that he is so confident in his running back room, right? I mean, Ronald Jones is going to be suspended a little. Tony Pollard, we still don't know where that's at totally. But, you know, they're obviously happy with Deuce Vaughn. He's been making some plays and showing. And, you know, they're going to rely on some of these other guys they got just to hold down the fort until Pollard's totally healthy and Ronald Jones is back in the mix.
They know what's coming with Micah Parsons. They know damn well he's going to expect to be the highest paid player on the defensive side of the ball in the entire NFL the moment the window opens on his ability to get a second contract.
That's right.
He's savvy, he's aware, and he's great at what he does. They better be ready to pay him. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.